G'day, my name's Neen James, and if we've been together in a keynote session called Attention Pays or maybe Idea Shaping, you have seen me pull someone up on the stage and do what we call a hot seat. You will remember as I asked them a series of questions, I was able to present back to them how magnificent they truly were. And this is called an attention matrix. This technique allows you to help grab and keep someone's attention. It is an incredibly useful tool in sales, for scripts, in networking events, for your social media profiles, for a speech start, for a bio on your LinkedIn. There's so many ways you can use it. And many of you have asked me, how do you do that? Well, there is a system that sits behind the way that I showcase how brilliant someone is on stage, and I want to give you that little secret. Now, chances are, if you've been with me in that audience, you have the template called the attention matrix. If you don't have the matrix, let me know. You can find out more in our book, Attention Pays. But you can email me, neen@neenjames.com. Let's go through the template though. Let's start in the left-hand corner and you will remember that first column is all about personal attention. Now the first box is called resume. This is just 2 to 3 bullet points, and the key question here is, what have you done? This is some history about establishing credibility with people. The second box up is role. That is, what do you call yourself? What's your title? Don't get so fancy with this one. Don't make up something people don't know because they'll just get confused. So the key question here is, what do you call yourself? And then the third box is reason. Now this is really like, what are you obsessed with? And so this first column is all about personal. So let me give you an example. If I was starting from the bottom going up, I'd say something like, I grew up in corporate business in Australia. I worked in retail banking, telecommunications, and the oil industry. And there's not a lot of ticks in oil. As an attention expert, I am obsessed with getting the world to pay attention. Because when people pay attention, companies make more money, relationships are deeper, and we take care of the planet on which we're on. Can you see how I went through those boxes? Okay, let's look at column number 2, which is your professional attention. Let's start down the bottom again. Now this is the box called accomplishments. This is really kind of what's a project you're proud of, or maybe it's what clients have you worked with. The next box up is one of my favorites, which is metaphor. What do you like? Now this is where we often get stuck. So if you want a little secret, try a great book that I enjoyed called I Never Metaphor I Didn't Like. I know, how clever is that title? And then the next box up here is your uniqueness. So what's unique about you and your field? So let me give you an example. If I was doing this column on myself, I would say something like, I have the privilege of working with clients that include Comcast, Viacom, Johnson & Johnson, even the FBI. I'm like an Energizer bunny for your meeting, but my batteries don't run out. And what's unique about me is that while I'm Australian, I have a global perspective, but I'm also an American citizen, therefore I have a local perspective. I've published 9 books, and I'm so obsessed with this idea of attention that I even wrote a book about it. Do you see how that works? So that's column number 2, professional. Let's go to the last column in the matrix. The attention matrix is global. This is very outward focusing. This is very much about the people that you're talking to. So the first box is really called problem. I don't particularly love that word, but maybe think about the challenges. What problems do you solve? Meaning, can you articulate the problems in the minds of your customers, clients, members, patients, whoever it is that you serve, but put it in their language, not yours. The next box up is pretty simple. How do you fix those things? What is your prescription? Meaning, how are you the fix for those problems? And then the third box, my absolute favorite, is what's your purpose? What is the point behind your work? What is your cause? What is your why? So if I was doing this on myself, I'd say, my clients tell me there's never enough hours in the day, or there's so many things to do they don't know where to focus first, or maybe they're trying to message something into the world, they just don't have the team on the same page. Does that make sense? So they're problems. And then the prescription is, I fix that. So I might say something like, as your opening keynote speaker, I will provide practical strategies that your audience can implement immediately in their personal and professional life. See, the reason I do what I do is I just want the world to pay attention. I think everybody on this planet wants to be seen and heard. And what I'd like to do is give the audience strategies so that they can make sure they make the greatest impact. And they're really focused on intentional attention. You see how I did that? So it goes resume, role, reason. I tend to go from the bottom up, and then I go accomplish, metaphor, and then uniqueness. And then lastly, the way that I do it is problem, prescription, purpose. Now, here's the reason why I go from bottom up. I feel like those bottom ones are kind of low energy and we end up on high energy. So does that make sense? So if you've been with me, I want you to understand that this is the way that I tend to demonstrate it. Now, this is a really long way to explain it, but if you've seen me do it on stage, you know that it takes less than probably 90 seconds after I've asked someone a series of questions. I present them back as magnificent as they are. So that's the magic behind how to do the attention matrix. If your organization would like me to help them create an attention matrix for you, for your sales team, for your executive leadership, for your frontline, simply just reach out to me, neen@neenjames.com. If we aren't connected on social media, let's fix that. You can follow me on Twitter @neenjames, or if you really want to see my adventures, follow me on Instagram, same name, @neenjames. You see, when you get people to pay attention, I think attention pays. And the attention matrix is just one ninja trick that we help our clients with in order to be able to get and keep audiences' attention. I can't wait to hear what you think about this. Write your comments down below and let's make sure we connect. Thank you so much for being in the audience. Thank you so much for asking for this video. I can't wait to hear what you think.